band performing here from the army. So really, the festive spirit, the spirit of the Olympic flame can really be sensed, can really be felt at this particular location. So far, of course, the entire flame run, not just in India, across the world, has been overshadowed by all the protests that we've seen. But at this place, let me tell you, you suddenly remember that the Olympic flame is about a lot of other things as well, and that kind of celebration and that kind of spirit is to be seen right here at India Gate at the moment, and the spirit is only likely to increase, Venkatesha, as the flame does reach India Gate in just a short while from now.
All right, Arunodaya, you did of course mention, you spoke of the security there. We understand there have been a few arrests already at India Gate or in the vicinity of India Gate.
That's right, Venkatesh. In fact, the police are making these arrests to sort of to make it as a deterrent, so that other people will not get any more ideas of breaking into a cordon. But really, there is not too much scope at the moment for Tibetan protesters to actually enter the main ring of India Gate, because what the police have done is that they've created layers of security. There's one layer right outside the India Gate, the main circle of India Gate, the main roundabout of India Gate. Then there's another one, and let me tell you, we've every media personnel has also been given a special pass to actually attend the ceremony, and we have been thoroughly checked many times. So it seems that the security in place at India Gate is extremely strong and very tight at the moment. But of course, the police have made a few arrests. There have been sporadic incidents of protest, and of course people trying to break through cordons. That was expected, and that is why the Delhi police and paramilitary forces have put into place one of the tightest security plans till now, Venkatesh.
Right, Arunodaya, it's all going to get over in 1 hour's time, perhaps not much longer than that. But as Arunodaya has been telling us, that actual run hasn't begun yet, the relay hasn't begun yet. That is going to begin any moment now, but the Olympic flame has reached the head of Rajpath, that is Raisina Hill, which also, of course, is Rashtrapati Bhavan, and the torchbearers have also arrived there separately. They were at Ashoka Hotel in the capital. The Olympic flame, along with its contingent, was at the Le Méridien Hotel. So both of them have reached the head of Rajpath. That Olympic torch relay set to begin any moment now. And Arunodaya has been also talking about the protests have really surrounded the torch ever since its journey began from Olympia in Greece. Every stop of the way there have been pro-Tibet protesters, and we're also getting in word this Olympic torch is set to leave India's shores today. It will be going towards Southeast Asia. Thailand is also one of the stops, and we're also getting an information right now that there are major protests planned in Thailand as well. And earlier this afternoon to be precise, the parallel torch relay, the one carried out by Tibetan supporters, it ended up at Jantar Mantar, which really is the rallying point for the Tibetan cause. It usually is a rallying point for protests in the capital of India. So Jantar Mantar is where all the Tibetans are at right now. Their torch relay began this morning, and it ended up there at Jantar Mantar. As we've been saying, of course, this torch relay has been controversial, not just in India but in other countries as well. In India, however, it looks like the authorities decided, the government decided that no matter what, it would not be interrupted. So this unprecedented security is in place. You can see those visuals there to the left of your screen. It's the NSG which is in charge of security, and it is the premier security agency among all forces in India, and they're in charge of security. Of course, the Delhi police in the fray as well. And to the right of your screen, we continue to bring you pictures of the Chinese contingent that has accompanied this Olympic torch every step of its way around the world. This torch relay is about 2.3 kilometers long. It begins at Rashtrapati Bhavan, ends at India Gate. 70 people taking part in the torch relay all in all. So probably every 50 to 100 meters they will be passing on the torch to the next person. Out of these 70 people, 47 of them are sports persons. We have the only journalist in that fray, that's Digvijay Singh Dio of CNN IBN, and we'll be speaking to him on his experiences a little later when that entire run is over. access to Digvijay Singh View. Indeed, any other torchbearer is restricted to anybody, even mobile phones not allowed inside that security ring, and very few tourists there, very few people have been allowed access inside, and they're going to be watching that torch relay. Really a far cry from what was planned a little while earlier. And so that's what's happening right now. The Olympic torch relay yet to begin as of the moment. A little while earlier, we've been speaking about this security. It's a 3-tier security. Indeed, all the buildings which face Rajpath, not just North Block and South Block, but along Rajpath, which you can see on the right side of your screen, there have been many restrictions placed on buildings there as well. All windows, doors have been shut. Nobody has been allowed access. That is, the general public has been allowed access in these buildings. Only people or government servants with ID cards have been allowed in. Nobody has been allowed access to rooftops or balconies along the buildings that dot the side of Rajpath. So really, security that we haven't seen. This is the venue of the annual Republic Day parade as well, but this kind of security has never been witnessed on Rajpath before. So it's a huge security operation underway at Delhi right now to protect this Olympic torch from protests on the latest leg of its really troubled world tour. So far we understand about 15,000 police and commandos have secured the entire area. They've sanitized the area along this route of the torch relay, which was of course cut short. It is 2.3 kilometers long. Earlier it was supposed to be more than 9 kilometers long, this Olympic torch relay. India, it has to be pointed out, is home to perhaps the largest community of those exiled from Tibet. The seat of their power in Dharamshala in Himachal Pradesh, but in different parts of India as well. And the Dalai Lama, the spiritual head of the Tibetans, also counts India as his home in Dharamshala. In fact, Tibetan exile groups have organized different relays across the world. They organized an alternative torch relay involving some Indian politicians as well and celebrities. So they had their own supporters. We've had the likes of Baichung Bhutia, who was originally selected to take part in this relay. He refused on the grounds that he supports the Tibetan cause. So the torch arrived, in fact, at the end of its journey. We're talking about the parallel torch at Jantar Mantar, where the entire Tibetan contingent is at right now. They've been chanting slogans. It's been entirely peaceful. They've been espousing the cause of non-violence as well. But nevertheless, Beijing 2008, China hoped that it would showcase the country to the world. But what it has done, even before the Olympics has already begun, it has showcased to the world the cause of Tibet as well. In fact, the Olympic torch is highly symbolic, and the Olympic torch, those who are accompanying, the security officials who are accompanying this flame, had to snuff it out themselves a couple of times in the Paris leg of the relay. So it was a symbolic victory of sorts for those who are supporting the Tibetan cause. China has been livid, but the Indian government, in a tricky situation there, doesn't have a great relationship with China historically, did not want to take any chances whatsoever, and that's why we have this unprecedented security. It is a shortened route, as we've been saying. It's 2.3 kilometers long. More than 500 dignitaries have arrived there on the lawns of Rajpath. A group of school children also took part in ceremonies a little while earlier, but unfortunately the public has been kept well away. The only way they can access this Olympic torch relay is through television, which really is not what was intended at all a little while earlier. And it's ironic in a sense that the Olympic torch, the Olympic flame, is symbolic of freedom, and it is being run under a confined space, which is